Folks, if you heard the daily financial news this morning for June 8th, you know that I brought up a conversation with Brian Adamson, who shared some details about Michigan and specifically the Detroit market, where it appears there has been a bunch of supply hit the market for affordable housing, so much so that we're actually seeing move-in specials and things of that nature. I do think that's Detroit specific, but I would love to hear from you out there, the audience, what's going on in your market. But what I want to do here with the CEO of Himlane is talk about affordable housing, Section 8, whatever you want to call it, pros, cons, all of those things. Dana, how you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. So obviously Himlane provides a great solution for self-managing properties. Part of that is accepting and dealing with Section 8 vouchers. So I'm assuming that's part of Himlane's offerings?
Yep, that's correct. And I think, for any property manager out there, you should have it as part of what you have as your offering, in part because there are states, we have a whole list that move towards requiring accepting Section 8. Mm-hmm. And then also you have to play your cards right. No property is the same. And so you really need to understand the entire market. So as a real estate investor, it's really important for you to understand Section 8 holistically, and don't make your decisions just based off of one investor's experience with Section 8. You really need to look at it holistically with your portfolio and whether or not you should accept it, or if you're in a state that you do accept it, that it's required to accept it, really understanding the dynamics of how it works.
Yeah, I think Section 8 is really interesting because it does have a lot of I don't know what I want to call it, kind of opinions from folks that aren't actual operators, right? They kind of heard through the telephone game. I heard this, I heard that. They actually had no practical experience. I think Section 8 is a wonderful program. Every unit I have is available to the program. It was important for Olivia and I when we got started. So there's that. But I do think it's interesting. Dion, Matt, two guys that I talk to on my channel a bunch, they both have Section 8 housing as part of their risk mitigation. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Matt was someone who for a long time had none and now has some, because again, we went through, the pandemic and all of that. And I think this is what Brian is seeing in Detroit is it was difficult to collect rent from cash tenants. So now what we're seeing is landlords exiting that, now seeing eviction spike as we're cleaning up, the past year. And they're like, oh, that's enough. I'm going to go to get some of that guaranteed income. So I do think it's risk mitigation. There are obviously lots of upside as well.